Okay, let's see what we can do with this one. It's got an interesting picture on the front. Let's see if we can make it come up a treat. I'm really missing Luigi, folks, my partner. I long to be with him and I'm struggling to get in touch. Trying to use the television as a way of getting in touch with him after decades of being apart. I made mistakes. I know people say you shouldn't beat yourself up over mistakes, but when they have caused your life to be changed and taken a different, especially a wrong sort of a path, it makes forgiveness of oneself next to impossible. So the only way I can forgive myself is to find closure, and that closure is to be found with him, to find him. So I can't get away from it. Anyway, see how we go photocopy. This one, The Economist. Let's see how we go with this interesting picture. These funny little grubs, caterpillars. Anyway, let's see if we can do with this piece of shit. Okay. But I really do miss him, and I'm trying my hardest to get my stuff out there. So I'm trying to get my stuff, trying to be creative with what I do, make pretty pictures out of things, trying to get myself, I do want to get recognised as an artist as well, folks. It's not just about Luigi, it's about myself as a person, as an artist. I'm trying to get my work out there. That looks interesting. So I'm trying my hardest to get it out there. It's not as easy as it looks. People with talent often don't get the kind of recognition that's due to them. So it's really difficult living in a world where talentless people are the ones who seem to rule the roost. It's like the tall poppies have well and truly been cut down. And that's really sad. Let's see how we go with this. Anyway, I like the first one better. I think the first one looks better. I don't like the yellow in the picture there, but it actually looks quite interesting, the face. I'm going to try and do another one. But yeah, I'm trying to use my talent, folks. I don't want to waste it. I don't want to waste my talent. I really don't. I want to use it. And this is what I'm trying to do, is get this shit to go on television so I can get recognised. I can't make any money out of this. Yeah, money, of course. I can't make money out of this art. To be honest, it's costing me. It's costing me more money than what I've got. And this looks really interesting, that rhythmic pattern. But basically, it's really been extremely difficult trying to get my talent to pay. I'm not rich, I'm disabled. I don't have loads of money and fucking prestige. I'm just another person with a disability trying to make use of a talent that I've got. Yeah, that looks interesting. But I've got, thing is, folks, despite the fact that I'm disabled, I do have dreams of someday making it big. I want to, when they have the technology to fix the brain damage, or should I say augment the brain damage with bionic technology, I want to become a CEO. And I want to become a CEO of a photocopier company that makes photocopiers that are sustainable and that work really well. So they're good for both the planet and for the human race. And basically I want to manufacture them out of recycled, as much as I can, recycled materials sourced from places like India and China, where heaps of e-waste has been dumped, and basically I want to clean up those countries and other places, and that looks really interesting. And I want to clean up these dumps, and I want to make them into a place where you can have food and water, both food and water from these places. So I want to clean it up. I want to use the money that I earn as a CEO to do that, to help make the planet a cleaner and greener place, and a place where people get opportunities. And the factory itself has got to be good for the human race, because the people that work there have got to be paid a wage that's a little bit more than a typical decent Australian manufacturing wage. So I want to be able to make these workers happy and keep them happy and healthy, and make sure they get paid what they're worth, or a bit more than what they're worth. I'm getting a lot of nice pictures, but they're not quite what I'm after. And I basically want to, how should I put it? I've just lost my train of thought. I want to become a scientist as well as a CEO, and I want to find solutions to problems like climate change, and basically that would flow into also the cleaning up of the e-waste dumps, or the rubbish tips and shit, will also come, I think, under the umbrella of science as well, because it's going to take a lot of science to safely get rid of that stuff. But basically, I want to be a scientist. I want to find solutions to nuclear contamination like Fukushima and Chernobyl. Oh, that's interesting. Shit, that looks really interesting. I'm actually wondering if this might be the way to go. Don't know. But basically I'm trying my best to currently use what I've got, my talent here and what I'm doing, to bring this out. And I've got to be reunited with my future husband Luigi, so that these dreams can become real, because I can't do it on my own. A lot of people need help when they're starting out. They can't just be doing it on their own, and I'm one of those people. And the technology I look forward to having as implants in my brain are basically, I'm looking forward to them being like quantum computers, really powerful computers that work a lot more efficiently than your standard type computer. So yeah, and basically I also want to work out how to harness the power of lightning as a renewable power source. So yeah, lightning strikes, to become a renewable power source. So yeah, I'm trying to think big, folks. I'm trying to dream of big things ahead, so that the world can be a better place. I do want people to be happy, and I want people to be safe and healthy, instead of being drowned by this corporate greed that we have currently running our industries. I'm just wondering which one we're going to use out of this. I've done some good ones that look like they've got promise. I just can't seem to get the sweet spot of this for some reason. I'll try my best, folks. But basically, I'm trying to I do want to make a difference, because I'm passionate about photocopiers and their use, and I've had a lot of experience with firsthand at how they function or don't function. They don't function as well as they should. So I've got a feeling for what needs to be done in the future with the design of these equipments. So now that looks interesting. Wondering if we're going to use this. Trying to think which one we're going to use. Maybe we could do something else. We're not getting what we're after. I'm just thinking we're going to go back to where we were. But basically, yeah, I'm trying my best to use the talent I have, despite the brain damage. Trying my best to make use of it. Anyway, that looks interesting. Got the little caterpillar. Maybe that could be the centerpiece. I'm actually thinking maybe this one will be what we can use as our piece. Just a little interesting bit. Just a bit of humour. Just a little bit of added humour. So I think we're just going to make it 103 by 103. But yeah, you got to think of the future, folks. We've got to think of the future instead of trying to live in the present, and I've got to stop living in the past as well with my loss of my partner, because I know I'm going to find him again. If the TV channels can cooperate with me and be of help, I'll be always thankful to them. When I switch on the television, I'll always think of what they've done to help fix the problem that I have, and that is to find the partner I lost. And that's the thing. Another thing also is that the amount of money I want to give towards both scientific and humanitarian causes is I want to give about 95% of my earnings away. I envisage I'm going to earn so much money that even that small 5% between Luigi and I will still be a lot of money by the standards I am familiar with now. So, I'm really determined that I really want to make a difference, and I want to prioritise giving the money rather than keeping it. I'm just not interested in hoarding money like most CEOs typically do. I'm trying my best to do what is right, what my conscience tells me, what my gut instinct tells me, and that is to not be greedy. To not be greedy. I don't want to be greedy, and that's the thing. Most CEOs are greedy, and that's why we have such a load of pollution and humanitarian problems in this world, because these rich people are fucking too greedy for their own good, or for the good of others. Wondering which one we're going to use. Taking out some of the yellow. The yellow still looks prominent there, which is good. But basically we have to think about our fellow human, and we've got to use our talents, use the money we have, and use it to help others instead of just yourself. So we've got to fucking think of the future, and we've got to think of other people and think of the natural world, because without nature we can't survive. But nature can live without us, to be honest. That looks interesting. The yellow looks a bit wishy-washy. Wondering what we can do with it. So I'm just trying to think. I think that's better because there's more colour. So I'm just going to take the colour balance and put it back. No, we don't need that yet. I'm just going to put the yellow back. Maybe we could make it a bit more contrasty. But basically we have to fucking think of our humans, our fellow human kind. That we've got to put the environment and people before profit. Yeah, that looks interesting. Looks a bit less, I don't know, a bit less backgroundy, but at least the yellow looks good. So I'm just going to put that away. I've got that little caterpillar looking at him. It's funny. see what we got here. Okay, these are our two last pieces out of this piece, with the little caterpillar chomping away. Yeah. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, that looks interesting. I think now we can call this demo quits.